Hi everybody, this is Miss Faina. This is a quick video over some examples we did in class today that will help you with the writing equations day 3 or writing systems of equations day 3 in your class kick. So number 1 says the perimeter of a rectangular garden is 42 feet. The length of the garden is 5 feet more than the width. What system of equations will determine the length L and the width W of the garden? First thing we need to do is to define our variables. And it tells us how to define it. So it tells us that our length is L. So I'm going to write that in. And then it tells us that our width is W. So I write that in. From here, I go to writing equations. That is step 2. So now that we've done step 1, we can go to step 2 and start writing the equation. So we break this down piece by piece. So I'm going to start with the color green. So the first part says, the perimeter of a rectangular garden is 42 feet. Well, we need to know what the word perimeter means. Okay, and perimeter is where we add up all the sides. So add all sides. So if I come down here and I try to draw us a little picture. So here is my rectangle. Okay, let's say that this side over here is W. That means this side also has to be W because opposite sides are the same distance. Okay, which means if the top is L, the bottom has to also be L. If I want to find the perimeter, I have to add up all 4 sides. So that looks like W plus L plus W plus L, and it's going to equal the 42 feet that it said the total perimeter was. But we need to clean this up a little bit. So if I look, I have like terms. I have 1W plus 1W, which gives me 2W. I have 1L plus 1L, that gives me 2L. And now it's equal to 42, which it was before. But now that it's condensed, that can be the equation that I use for my systems. So this is going to be our first equation. And honestly, it doesn't matter if this is your first equation or your second equation, because, I mean, in the end, we're solving for what these values are. So 2W plus 2, oh, I see I wrote down the same thing twice. 2W plus 2L equals 42. Now, the reason I do a cursive L is because I don't want to confuse it for the number 1, which I've seen that a lot today. Okay, so now I'm going to switch my highlighter color. Let's go to orange. Oh, no, we already used orange, so let's go to yellow. Okay, so now it says the length of the garden is 5 feet more than the width, which is telling me that the length is the longer side. So we want to start with L equals. Now, it says that it's 5 feet more than the width, which means I have the width and I'm going to add 5 feet. Width plus 5. So if I look at the answer bank, it looks like I'm right because that would be this one right here, which means at least we know it's on the list. Okay, now it comes to solving. So we're going to go to our calculator and solve these. When we solved these earlier, I'm going to give me a new calculator. There we go. When we solved these earlier on Monday and on Tuesday, we still did the menu number or menu 3-2. Virtual kids, it's the toolbar, algebra, solve systems. Okay, we have been leaving this as X and Y, but you can change it. So I want to change it to L, comma, W for my length and my width. That way my equations match exactly what I'm typing in. So now that I do that, I just type in exactly what we wrote down. So I have 2W plus 2L, and it equaled 42. My second equation was the length equals the width plus 5. It's exactly what we typed in, or what we wrote down, so we typed it in exactly like that. My length is the first one of the answer. My width is going to be the second one of the answer. So then all I have to do is hit enter, and it gives me the answer, 13, 8. So when I go back to the notes for the solution, I'm going to write it just like that. Change back to my pen. L, W. So it was 13, 8, which meant my length was 13, my width was 8. That's it. Okay, moving on to the next one. Today, at a ball game, Victor sold twice as many bags of popcorn as he sold last Saturday. In the 2 days, he sold a total of 63 bags. What systems of equations will determine S, the number of bags Victor sold last Saturday, and T, the number of bags he sold today? So again, we start with the variables. So let's look. It tells us S is the number of bags Victor sold last Saturday. So we're going to say S is what he sold last Saturday, so we're just going to be short with it and say Saturday. Now, you could be super specific and say the number of bags he sold last Saturday, or you can just say it's Saturday, okay? We understand. Okay. T is the number of bags he sold today. So T is just going to be today, unless you want to be super specific, which is perfectly fine. I appreciate it. And now we can start writing our equations. So, first equation. Today, at a ball game, Victor sold twice as many bags of popcorn as he sold last Saturday, which means he sold more popcorn bags today than he did last Saturday. So, we're going to start with T equals, because that's the one that has the most. Now, when we see the word twice, we think of the number 2 and we think of multiplying. So he sold twice as many bags than he did on Saturday, so that's going to be twice as many, so 2 times S, which is Saturday. So today equals 2 Saturdays. So however much he sold on Saturday, we multiply by 2, and that's what he got today. Awesome. Okay, next question, or next equation. In the 2 days, he sold a total number of 63 bags. Now, this statement right here, in the 2 days, has been throwing people off, okay, because they think it has some importance. All that is telling you is in the 2 days we're talking about, meaning today and Saturday. It has nothing to do with our equations, so this is irrelevant, and it's there to confuse you, okay? But what they care about is today and Saturday, he sold a total of 63 bags. A total of 63 bags, meaning if I add up all the numbers from today and Saturday, there's a total number of 63 bags that were sold. So what that looks like is I take the total from Saturday and I add it to the total from today, and it's going to give me the total number of bags that Victor sold. So now that I have that, I can go back to my calculator and I can type it in. So I grab my calculator. Oh, let's double check to make sure is one of the answers at the bottom. So we know we used this one for the first one. So look at the bottom. Let's see. T equals 2S and T plus S equals 63. That's this one right here. So yes, it's there. Now we type it in the calculator. So again, menu 3-2 if it's a yellow calculator, or just the toolbar, solve systems of linear equations. We're going to change this to our variables. We're going to do Saturday, today, so S, T, and hit OK. So now we have this, and we type it in. So T equals 2S. And then T plus S equals 63. Hit enter. So he sold 21 bags on Saturday and 42 today. So my solution, again, switch to the pen. 21 on Saturday and 42 today. So my Saturday, again, I did it in the form of S comma T. So whichever variable comes first that we're defining, that's going to be your X value, and whichever one comes second is going to be your Y value. So Saturday we have 21, and today we have 42. So I hope this helps give you a better understanding of writing systems of equations. If you need any more help, please reach out to one of your teachers. We're here to help you. Other than that, have a great day, Rangers.